You are listening to the E2C Network, where the Auburn family speaks.
Good morning, Auburn family, and welcome back to Inside the Jungle, your source for Auburn men's basketball analysis and discussion on the E2C Network. And today we do not have a game to talk about, but we have a special guest. We decided to bring in an interview. This is a really special guest. She is the mother of star Jaylin Williams, Miss Shantel Williams. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us. I think you are the first guest on this podcast, and we are very honored to have you join.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, and today I also brought to kind of get some questions in as well, my co-host and my dad. Dad, how are you?
I'm good, man. This is exciting. I've been following Miss Shantel on Twitter for a long time, and Auburn Twitter is can be an entertaining group of people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, it can.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to this.
Yes, yeah. We'll go ahead and get started. I want to get Miss Chantel's thoughts first on this year's team. I know you've been able to watch. Just like Dad said, you love to watch your son and these Auburn Tigers play as much as we do, and we love to sit here and talk about them. So, what are your thoughts on this year's team? What are your thoughts on the direction that they're heading? They're really meshing together well. I'm excited to watch them play, but are you excited? I know you're excited about Jaylin.
I'm excited about the whole team. Jaylin, yes. I love watching all them play. They're playing good together. I think they're gonna go pretty far this year.
Yeah, me too. Let's talk about Jaylin in particular. Before in the pregame show, Dad, you said Jaylin is the Swiss Army knife of this team, and we've talked about this on previous podcasts. He really is. He can do everything. He can handle the ball. He can shoot. He can pass. He can rebound. He's a great defender. He really is the heart of this team, whether he's on the bench or in the starting lineup, whether he's playing 40 minutes a game or whether he's playing 10 minutes a game. He is always making an impact. So talk about how your son and what you see from your son and what you can talk about with your son to, I'll say, encourage him, whatever impact he's making, and for him to know that, because that's a huge part in his confidence.
Well, before every game, I send him just a little special text, and I give him a lot of encouragement. So I think he listens sometimes.
All right. So as the dad of the host, you're going to have to give me some pointers on how to make our children listen to us a little bit better, maybe.
He's a good listener to a certain extent.
That's good. Did you I saw that you made it down to the Bahamas with the team. Was that a great trip? Talk a little bit about that trip.
It was amazing. Everything.
Have you ever been
good.
down there before?
I went on a cruise, but never been on land.
It seems like the team really enjoyed being down there and meshing together. Bruce called it a business trip, but I think they had a little bit of fun, didn't they?
It was business. They couldn't do too much, but they did little, but not. It was business.
Good. Yeah. They played three really good teams, and
yes, they did,
and felt like a fist fight against UConn.
Right. Ooh, had me on my feet the whole game.
So let's talk about Jaylin's early childhood. What other sport did he play? Other sports? What other sports did he play? And what drew him closer to basketball? What was his first love and that sort of thing?
He played baseball, football. He really was good in baseball, but he didn't have time for it because he started traveling ball in middle school, so it was most of the basketball.
That's good. The recruiting process. So with the recruiting process came a lot of stuff. What other schools looked at him? What drew him close to Auburn? What was that decision like?
It was like over 60 schools. I can't even begin to name half of them. Auburn, it felt like Nate Hunter, home.
Yeah.
And the coaches, everybody just showed you love time you walk through the door. It was just felt like home.
Yeah.
That's great. Did they start recruiting him? What year in high school did Auburn start recruiting him? Do you remember?
10th, I believe, 10th grade.
10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were, I played Division III basketball. Not a lot of recruiting going on for a Division III athlete. When they would come into the house and that sort of thing, Was that a entertaining? How did y'all keep track of? You said almost 60 schools. How did you keep track of all that?
Because Coach BP, he stayed on track with me, and like he was A1.
Good. That's good to hear.
I'm glad. Yeah, that's good to hear, not just for the guys on the team right now, but also for the future of this program. And
right,
Bruce is a great coach. I'm excited.
Who else was recruiting him as far as from the Auburn team, coach wise? The head coach has got to be the closer, but did he have another guy that he got close with?
I can't remember their names. Forgive me. But Georgia, at Xavier, Florida. I can't remember the rest of them, but it was quite a few.
Is there another coach on the Auburn team that he got close
to? Coach West.
Wes Flanagan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems like he's the one of the top-notch recruiters. Really gets close to the guys.
Yes.
So Jaylin's freshman year at Auburn, was the year that got cut short due to COVID, and kind of ended the chances for that team to go far in the tournament. I will remain by my side and say that team had a chance to go as far as they wanted to go in the tournament. They were as hot as they could be going into the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament. And you saw Jaylin towards the end of that year kind of break onto the scene and show him what he could bring for the future. And throughout that whole offseason, I was like, we need to watch out for a guy like Jaylin Williams, because he is just like we said earlier, he was the Swiss Army knife. He can do anything he wants on the floor. And you saw that in his sophomore year. I will always say, my previous co-host, the editor, Kyle Loomis, he and I completely agree that last year, Jaylin Williams was our MVP. He was the most of the season. He was the most consistent and the most best player each night, and on and on and on. So talk about the off season between his freshman and sophomore year, what he did to take on that bigger role, and while dealing with all the COVID stuff as well.
Well, when they got to come home, he went to his high school gym and worked out, and just stayed steady with the ball, going in there, working out.
And this year, Jaylin's taken on a much different role, coming off the bench with a guy like Jabari in the starting lineup. How has Jaylin taken on that? And he's done so well at still making an impact. I feel safe with both of those two guys at the 4 position right now.
Right.
How has he taken on that role and made the most of it?
He's good with. He's a team player, and then whatever fit, he's gonna go with it because he trusts BP, and I do too. So,
yeah.
Hey Auburn fans, I want to take a quick timeout from this episode to bring your attention to something very special. Here at the E2C Network, we pride ourselves on bringing you the best content for Auburn fans out there. And best of all, it's free to you. But just because it's free doesn't mean there aren't costs, especially when you have a library of hundreds of podcasts, videos, blogs, and more. Many of you have reached out and asked how you can support this network in the past. Well, now I have your answer. It's called the E2C Network Booster Club over at patreon.com/E2C Network. There you'll find a membership monthly reward system where you can sign up for as little as $1 and get different perks at different tiers. Some of those perks include things such as apparel, eligibility to join us on future podcasts, recognition as an E2C Network booster, exclusive communications, and bonus content that is available nowhere else. If you love this network and want to help us keep producing podcasts like this one, please head on over to patreon.com/E2C Network to join the E2C Network Booster Club. You can also get there by going to our website, e2cnetwork.com/support. Whether you decide to join or not, we are still so appreciative that you would support us by just listening and being here, because each and every one of you is part of our E2C Network family. Well, that's it. Timeout's over. Let's get back into the episode.
Yeah, it seems like for a lot of guys, that's a hard transition because that freshman year, you kind of come on at the end of the year and start showing you've got your stuff together. And then last year, like Gray said, he's one of the most valuable players on the team.
Right.
And then they recruit a guy like Jabari to come in, and I imagine that's, again, that's hard on a college kid's psyche. Talk about his maturity level in that regard. Have you watched him grow and mature as far as through that?
Well, Jaylin always was mature.
Really?
And he know how to handle things better than most. So he don't let too much bother him, but when it does, it'll show. But like you see on the basketball court, he don't show you much more emotion. Like you can't really tell what he's thinking.
That's right. That was going to be my next question. Jaylin is one of those guys where you will not be able to get in Jaylin Williams' head. There's no, I don't see anybody getting in Jaylin's head. I don't see anything really messing with his mindset throughout the game. Right. And that's so important, especially for a guy like him that can do so much. So just like you say, you talk about how he doesn't let anything affect him, how he is mature, how effective that can be on the basketball court.
Right.
We talked about a little bit about the chronological order of Jaylin's time here at Auburn. So take basketball completely aside. Jaylin is one of those guys that completely mature. You know, he's grown up as a basketball player. How has he grown up as a person in his time at Auburn?
He don't need his mama anymore.
Oh no. Don't say that.
That's sad, but because he was a spoiled little child, yes, Lord. But he know how to do more stuff on his own.
That's good. That's good. Let me tell you, as a father of a son at Auburn down there as well, I understand that concept.
Right.
Just from watching your Twitter, you don't come across as Jaylin with the calm and easy. You seem to be excitable. Am I reading that correctly? What's it like? What's it like sitting in the stands next to Shantel Williams?
The cheery, calm, cheering, go mom, crunk, like cheering for the whole team.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. You don't yell at the officials though, do you?
No.
I understand. No. Talk a little bit about the other parents on the team. Y'all get along well? How's that relationship?
Yes. Well, she's not a parent. Yes, she is. Me and Katrina, she's we hang, we're cool. And I just met Dylan's mom, she's cool, and Chris Moore's mom.
Excellent.
Yeah. And Preston's, I met her last year.
That's awesome. We'll go ahead and kind of wrap it up here. I want to give you Miss Shantel and Dad, after every podcast, I want to give you a chance to tell people where they can reach you, tell people where they can find you on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever they can find you. Where is Shantel Williams on social media? Instagram,
Facebook, Twitter. Follow me. Shantel Williams.
Good.
War Eagle.
War Eagle. I'm at IamCTO on Twitter. I don't do Instagram, so I'm a little bit behind the times, I think.
You can find me on Twitter at Gray Oldenburg, or on Instagram at Grayo21, or find the network at E2C_network. Never really do that, but we'll go ahead and shout the network out. Shout out to Kyle and all the other podcasts in the network. And thank you so much for joining us, Ms. Shantel. We're hopeful we're going to get more guests on. You are a great first guest. It's a true honor for you to join us.
Thank you.
Please pass along our love and admiration to your son. We're really proud of what he's doing and how he represents not only the name on the back of the jersey, but also the name on the front of the jersey.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank both of y'all.
All right, thank you, Ms. Shantel. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode on the E2C Network. On your way out, I want to remind you to stop by e2cnetwork.com. It's your one-stop shop for all our content across our podcast, YouTube channel, and much more. To stay up to date with us, make sure you're following social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. While our content here may always be Auburn sports heavy, if it's orange and blue, it's what we do. War Eagle.